My name's Treed, and I have a Timneh African gray parrot named Omen. So when we got out to Pahrump, the first night we were here, before we even started flying the birds, we wanted to put telemetry on our little African gray. So Dave went through a lot of trouble. He had to modify the mount. It's a little piece of metal. He had to put basically heat shrink wrap inside it to make sure that it would actually go on Omen's little feather. We had to towel him 2 or 3 times because he was super uncomfortable and wiggling all over the place. Yeah, we're gonna do a thing.
Hey Omen, no matter what, I want you to realize this. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Can you let go? Can you let go of my hand? I know. I know. I know.
So is it possible to have him feet down? It's gonna be... Yep, but then you can rest your hands on the table. Perfect.
Dave used a card to separate his feathers, make sure he only got one, crimped it down, and we put the telemetry into it, and he just started freaking out. So we were like, okay, let's get the telemetry out of it before he rips the antenna off. So we pulled the telemetry out, and within 10 seconds, Omen just ripped the entire tail feather out, and we still have that.
Oh, Dave, he just got it off so quick.
Omen!
Did you see that?
Yeah. Good boy. He came back. That's all I care about.
Does he still have that feather in his mouth?
No.
Oh, thanks. Capri, can you come bring it to me?
It dropped.
You're okay, buddy.
Oh, she yanked the whole thing out.
Yanked the whole thing out.
Oh man.
Wait, he didn't even... I thought he broke it.
No. I mean, you think he tried.
I mean, for all I know, it was close to molting
Can you
anyway.
hold your hand like against it?
So while we were out here, every other bird other than Dave and Jamie's had telemetry or GPS on them. We had a couple instances where we actually had to use it to find the birds. We couldn't do that. So with Omen, we were a little bit more reserved on what we wanted him to do, just because we didn't want to have to go find him in the scrub brush. But in the end of the day, the training is what came through, and we never had to go chase him down. He always came back to us. So the biggest struggle for us with Omen was actually having to separate him from us. He just got to spend way too much time with us, and the first day or 2 that we were out flying, he would do a couple of quick A to Bs from his perch, but he was just not really motivated to fly because he got to spend so much time with us. And get a good treat that doesn't suck.
That was great, Jen.
Thank you.
See if he's gonna pay attention at all. Hey, can you wave? Hey, can you wave for me? I know, someone's taking a picture of you.
Do you need Rachel to be in a different spot?
I don't know.
Okay.
He's kind of doing the gray, I need to look around and think thing. He might just watch you. Yeah. The most interesting camera he has ever seen. Hey, you want to come here? Woman. Come here.
You want to pause and just come back to him, or what do you think?
Give him a little bit of time.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a treat that sucks just a little less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up the treats.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring out the big gun.
Oh, he's already interested.
You want grape? Come here. Omen. Yeah, see, that treat doesn't suck. So one of the things that I actually think helped more than was obvious was that Omen got to spend time with CRESSI. He got to watch CRESSI fly. He got to fly next to CRESSI. It wasn't all the time, but the times that he was able, I definitely noticed him watching her, even when he didn't take off, just seeing her fly. And then a day later, I'd see him do something that she did, and he'd never done it before. So I think he actually really learns through observation.
Cressy, she totally lifted her foot.
Say my name.
Didn't. Daddy, can
Weird,
I
because
just
this morning
wait
in
for
the
this?
hotel room, he wouldn't stay off my shoulder. He was just wanting to hang out.
Yeah.
Flew to me 100 times.
Go over him and
What,
over by him and ask. Did that quit?
Yeah.
Omen, you're not being recorded anymore.
So, I'm okay. Dave, Kim was suggesting, and I think we went over this in Idaho, of the morning hangout time, cutting it out so that he gets it on this interaction.
Yeah.
I didn't realize all that was happening, but you're basically giving the reward before you go out. Because we've talked about it with him and his personality. He's just more rewarded by that socialization than he is food.
Ricochets like that.
What do you think, bud?
So I think that might be working against you in the mornings.
Yeah.
Cressy.
Like Cressy hasn't hung out with us yet today until this.
Cheater.
I
She
agree.
took 3.
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge. You think about it?
Cressy.
Try to catch her in the hand.
So with Omen, I think one of the big struggles is he loves treats, but even his favorite treat is maybe a 3 or a 4, and I'm a 5. So all he really wanted was come to me. The treat's just icing on the cake. Omen! Omen!
Omen!
Omen!
It's okay. He's staying. He's sticking around.
Omen! Woo! Here, buddy! Omen!
Conures are yelling at him.
Omen! Come here, bud!
Not coming down.
He's stuck.
Hey,
Omen!
Hey, do you want to play a song?
Omen! Come on
We're
down,
gonna try and
bud!
play a song.
He's trying to get back to you guys. Don't panic. He's trying to get back. He just has to figure it out. So contact, because he just squeaked at you.
Omen, come here. Come here, baby. Come down. You gotta fly down.
It's okay, you guys.
Omen, come back.
Omen!
Omen, come back.
No, it doesn't really work like that.
Omen, come back.
Is that our raven?
Yes.
Yeah.
Omen, come back.
Come on, Omen, you got it! I got you, buddy, come on!
Come here, Omen.
Omen!
Omen, come back. Omen.
He's getting tired. He's coming down, guys. Good job, guys.
He's still not even taking the grape.
No, it was a lot for him.
Look at him. Yeah, you're proud of yourself.
But the fact that he was circling was good. Was he doing a high pitch call?
Yeah, he
Okay.
was doing like
Yep,
a squeak.
that's-
Is kind of what I called it.
Yeah.
That's one of his contact calls.
And then
Yeah,
we
so
brought
it's
the
really good.
speaker, like in case things went really bad, we just basically play his song so he'd try and stay in the area that he could hear it.
That would be more recovery based. So what
Yeah,
the
like-
behavior you guys
That
saw
was like
is
if things
he knows.
went bad
Yeah.
basically is.
Yeah,
is-
and I know you guys were a little bit more on edge because of yesterday and what happened, and the flight pattern was looking similar.
And the motorcyclists and the ATVs and the cars and the crow. And
He didn't
Yeah.
even care when those motorcycles
Yeah.
just ripped by.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
you know,
he does get a lot of like construction yard equipment, pressure washing sounds every time we go out. So
yeah,
that might be a little easier for him to do.
Hi.
yeah.
How you
I would
doing?
definitely consider that a success. You know, he did what he was supposed to do.
He came back.
He found where his limits are today. And that's a big thing, like we were saying yesterday with Opal, is like, okay, we know where the limits are. We know
Figuring
what.
out how to descend.
Yep. And
Yeah, it's different when there's wind, huh?
yeah, I feel really good about that. And he was like, well, I can't land on you, but this is our stuff.
We ended up, most of the time, in the evening after we were done feeding him, we'd just take him, put him in a trailer so that he could spend time with other birds. And we didn't see him again until we got him out right before flying, and he was way more motivated afterwards. One of the big keys to succeeding with Omen, I think, was just the extra desensitization we went through, because at first when we took him outside, he's an African gray. Things are happening. He's either staring at it or running away from it. And it was a lot of time and effort to get him to just sit calmly and live with what was going on. And the end result is we can have macaws flying an inch away from him and he just doesn't give a crap. So when we were working with BirdTricks, about halfway through our flight training, we decided we wanted to take advantage of the in-home consult, but because Omen hadn't been on a longer road trip, we asked if we could come somewhere closer to them and then have them do the in-home basically way closer to them. That way we could also introduce them to other birds, other people, and not have them cart a trailer halfway across the country. And they were gracious enough to let us come to Idaho and hang out with CRESSI and TUSA, and I think that really helped Omen to see other birds and interact with them on a smaller scale before there were 20 birds flying in the air around him. So while we were out here flying, it was actually really difficult not to compare ourselves to the other birds, because we saw birds that, you know, their second, third day out were just ripping around in the air and flying. They had some previous students out here, so they had some birds that had been out before flying around, and we just had to really remember that Omen is a different bird. He has a very different journey than these other birds. He has a different life. He has different treat motivations. So we really just had to dial in on what he was willing to do and not push him past his limits. I think the most rewarding part of this trip for me was being vindicated in thinking that Omen would enjoy flying outside and that he would do well at it. Never wanted to have a bird that was just in a cage all the time. He's been flying a ton indoors, and we just wanted, if nothing else, if he accidentally gets outside at some point, I want to know that he's going to not just get blown away immediately by a 3-mile-an-hour wind, and that he's going to come back if I ask him to. So at home, Omen spends a lot of time not in a cage. He has an entire room in our house that is just dedicated to him, plus upstairs he has a 5-foot diameter aviary that he doesn't see as a cage, really. And one of the hard things for us was limiting that out of cage time well before the flight trip so that we could get longer training sessions and better motivation in his training sessions. It was a hard adjustment to make because he does love being around people so much, but after just a day or two of limiting his out of cage time, even his 3 and 4 level treats popped up to a 5. So now that we've done the flight trip and now that he's had the outdoor freedom, we're going to go back to letting him be out of the cage a lot more. His training is going to go from a very strict training regimen where we're really building towards something just back to a maintenance mode. I chose BirdTricks for free flight because I did a lot of research. There were definitely free flight trainers that live closer to where I live. There were definitely free flight trainers that might have charged a little less money. But at the end of the day, you know, you get what you pay for, and just seeing from the YouTube videos and the Patreon, the care and attention that has gone in from creating the seasonal feeding system to creating the training videos to creating the hormone videos, it just all comes together to why would we want to then switch to someone else's method of training? Like, stick with one thing all the way through, and I think that's going to do way better.
That's awesome.
You can edit out the money part if you want.
No, that's